Here's how to add fringe to any of your Bargello projects. As you can see here, I'm working in the very last square on the edge of the plastic canvas. So my last row of stitches are going into this square, and I'm going to be working into that same square and then working over the edge. You will pre-cut your lengths of yarn as required by your pattern. So here I've got some lengths of yarn that are pre-cut to 12 inches, and I'm going to thread 2 pieces of yarn at once onto my tapestry needle. And we do that just like we were going to thread one strand at a time. So we'll put both strands into our little needle threader and then insert that through the needle, pull them through. Next, we will insert the needle from the front to the back through the next square. It can be kind of hard to pull it through because of those double strands. Don't pull it too far through, you just want to pull it about halfway. And then we're going to go back up from the back in the next square over. Pull it through again. Again, it can be a little stubborn. And then the idea is to pull through all 4 of the yarn tails, take the needle away. And now here's what we're going for. We've got the 4 yarn tails facing the front of the work and this loop of yarn that's coming from the bottom of the plastic canvas. We want to make the 4 yarn tails approximately even. It doesn't have to be absolutely exact. And then we're just going to bring all of these yarn tails through the loop. Then just gently tighten, and that's our little fringe. And we're going to do one more to finish out the row because there's 2 squares left there. Often what might happen is you might have an odd number of squares on your plastic canvas or your needlepoint canvas, and if that happens, you can actually make your fringe knot across 3 squares for just one of the fringes. So we're working into 2 squares for each of these fringe knots, but you could just choose any of the knots and work it over 3 squares, leaving 1 empty square in the center of that fringe, and that would be fine. It would never really show in the finished project. I usually try to put that somewhere in the center, not for one of the very last fringes, just in case it's a little bit noticeable, but it's really not that noticeable either way. And that is how you make fringe.